I have
Stop. I, I did want to look at this. I think this would be an interesting thing to watch and put my thoughts out to the internet for nobody to see on.
Smile like that old Momo creepypasta picture.
That is fucking terrifying.
And he has been blowing up online because he's become a
This is
public
so
spittoon
weird.
for people to just spit in. He's like
Okay.
a 5-foot basketball hoop that people just can't help but dunk on. His name is NFT Nick.
They said Filecoin wasn't a buy at $5. They said D-Gods would get a $20,000 airdrop from Wormhole. They said Daniel Allegre is a great CEO. They said Bodogos isn't the top NFT project. Keep down. Look at us now.
He's moving so weird. Everything about this person already, 38 seconds in. Or actually, I guess like 10 seconds we've been watching this specific person. This is so weird. Like, he definitely didn't know what he was doing. He definitely got rich by accident. 100%. The way he's moving and the way he's acting is so... Unironically, I'm trying to be cool. The way he's following the camera, the way everything... By the way, that's not... He's just on like a regular small boat. There's nothing crazy about that. He's flexing on a boat that I could go rent. It's so
that
weird.
Really blew up because it really tingles something deep inside the soul of every viewer that just makes them want to bully him because it looks like he really needs it. He's just like a knuckle sandwich magnet, but verbally. So everyone said their piece.
He definitely has a punchable face, right? Watching him for 10 seconds, you can tell this guy is fucking weird.
About him being a turbo cringe loser, and that was that. He then made it his entire identity to continue this persona. I truly believe NFT Nick is just playing a character. I think this is all just rage bait. It's not real.
I mean, he's got to be playing a character, right?
Engagement farming, because that's become so prevalent on Twitter.
100%.
So you can monetize your hit tweets now if you get a lot of...
I guarantee you this person has absolutely no money. Again, he's not on a crazy boat. Like, there's nothing crazy about this. My family has a boat that's similar to this, and nobody in my family has money. It's
engagement. So I think
people are so fucking
is
weird,
just leaning
man.
into this to continue to try and farm that engagement, and it is working.
Yo, cheers to all the Twitter haters who said I don't own my Miami house. I'll have you know I have this.
In fact, a bottle of Tattinger champagne that costs less than $85. Yeah, that makes total sense. This dog tag is probably from Walmart, right? It's so, people are so bizarre. People are so weird like this. And again, this boat, like, you're flexing on a boat that is not crazy. Like, where I live, I could go find this boat and someone's probably selling it for like maybe like 10 grand.
Staff load up my jet so I can fly out here to my New York City penthouse pied-à-terre. Anyways, while you're click-clacking on Twitter from your mom's basement, I'll be sitting here sipping from my $5,000 bottle of champagne. Remember, choose rich.
What do you mean choose rich while you have a fucking kindergartner's art project behind you?
The deep end of the pool here of NFT Nick lore, but I thought it was important so you could see his more modern attitude here, where he's leaning into like the extraordinarily wealthy douchebag angle.
See, the issue with that is you have to have money to do that. Like, how are you gonna try and show things? He's not even renting nice things. It's so bizarre. Like, the amount of money he made off that first video, even just from ads from people like hate watching it and clicking on it, he probably could have been able to afford a nicer bottle of champagne just to flex in the video, right? Which would have gotten him more viewers and more money. Like, he's just doing it wrong.
He got community noted because the bottle of wine he showcased is not actually $5 grand, it's less than $85. And his whole personality, I think, is just fake on purpose to manufacture outrage and try and capitalize off it and make money from it. Which I think is kind of pathetic, and I don't think it's worth it. Now, of course, I'm not...
I mean, whether you think it's worth it or not, I mean, is entirely up to you. But I guarantee you, he's making money off of this.
Fuckface's PR guy. I'm not his dad. I can't tell him how to live his life. But I don't think it's worth just being constantly humiliated by every single human being on the planet because it's well.
Well, let me introduce you to the OnlyFans girls that are constantly publicly humiliated, right? Like where I live, there's a vehicle that has a paid for by OnlyFans stickers, and they got egged for it recently. Like people do anything for money, whether they're publicly humiliated or not.
Known that Twitter engagement
Bobby Kotick was publicly humiliated, and look how fucking filthy rich that guy is. People don't care about public humiliation as long as they're making a paycheck.
don't pay that well. You get pennies. You get less than pennies. You get fucking handfuls of dirt for millions of impressions. I don't know how much he made from all of this.
Well, yeah, but if it's on YouTube as well, he's got to be making some sort of money, right?
This blatant engagement farming, but I have to imagine it wasn't a ton. Like, I bet he probably would have been able to make more money being a real birthday party clown as opposed to a Twitter NFT clown. It just doesn't seem like you're going to be
Not sure
making
what that
enough
means.
money for this to ever be worth the constant shame of this being your legacy.
I chose rich every time.
There's nothing more hilarious than a guy sitting next to "I chose rich every time" from a clearly rented house. He claims to own it, but rented house.
Is this? Why does it look like this is photoshopped? Like, why does it look like it was copied from here, flipped, and put here? What is all this stuff here?
Every time from a clearly rented house. He claims to own it, but his suitcase is right in the corner.
Oh man. And again, like a dog tag that is probably from Walmart.
So I guess he's gonna struggle to explain that one, why he hasn't unpacked in his own house.
Coffeezilla was wrong there. He did not struggle to come up with an excuse. He said it was from his staff packing his bags about ready to go on his private jet. So he has been very much leaning into this and thriving off of the.
He claims to
Where is he filming? Is this his bathroom? What is back here? How come there's nothing in the
own
house?
it, but his suitcase is right in the corner. So I guess he's gonna struggle to explain that one, why he hasn't unpacked in his own house.
Coffeezilla was wrong there.
I mean, I
He
think
did
it's
not
fairly easy to
struggle
come up with
an excuse. He said it was from his staff packing his bags about ready to go on his private jet. So he has been very much leaning into this and thriving off of the controversy. And he's far from the only one doing this shit. It's become the norm on Twitter now to either spam porn advertisements for OnlyFans through like those ad posts that they're constantly doing. If you've seen these leaks, you're not going to heaven. Anyone seen this full video?
I mean, yeah, that's the most common way of advertising now is the whole OnlyFans models are leaking their own stuff to get you to click on it, which by the way is smart on their part because they do get a lot of clicks and a lot of impressions, or a lot of people clicking through into them, even just to check it out. And I'm sure they have some sort of conversion rate, which is why they do it.
Video? Who's got this video? The internet was so much better before this OnlyFans leak happened. All of that garbage. It's that.
No, it wasn't.
And then blatant rage bait farming. That's the main content you see on Twitter now because all of it is geared towards just monetizing this shit.
I think Twitter is one of the best, worst things to happen to the internet ever. And I don't know how to fix it because Twitter or X already has its own culture identity. It would be like trying to change the culture of Reddit, right? Like it just wouldn't be possible.
And engagements right now are the easiest one because you just post some incendiary remarks or just like really over the top statements and get people to dunk on you for it, to shit on you for it, and you make a little bit of money from that. And you just keep rinse and repeating that process. And I think that's the...
I mean, a little bit of money to somebody who's poor is still money, right? Like, if you actually have money, you wouldn't be doing this. And that's kind of where the funny part comes in, is that if you actually had money, you wouldn't be doing this for a little bit of money. But if you don't have money, a little bit of money is a lot more than what you currently have, right? So
the whole shtick behind
100%.
NFT Nick. Make these posts, hope people keep insulting you so that way you can keep farming it. And I bet the happiest part of his day is when he gets notified that his post has been community noted, because then he gets follow-up content that has guaranteed eyes on it, because everyone wants to see how you defend yourself when you get community noted. And then he just...
Yeah, unironically, the worst thing, or the best thing that you can do for these guys is just ignore it. Laugh at it and move on, 100%. That's true for, like, everything. Just don't even try and put in a better perception of somebody that you don't agree with. It's stupid.
Doubles down on it again and gets community noted further and lets that cycle just continue.
Unless, of course, you're a content creator and you're farming content on somebody that's stupid, just as Charlie here is doing, as Coffeezilla did, etc., etc.
More and more impressions, which translates to more and more Twitter ad rev. That's my theory behind it. Though I guess it is entirely possible that he is genuinely just an insufferable asshole.
Yo, shout out to the Twitter people praying for my downfall while saying my champagne ain't real. Keep questioning my life while you cry into your TV dinner.
Is this guy in like an Uber or a taxi? See, that's the weird thing, right? Like, if you actually have money, why don't you have a chauffeur? Why are you in?
And my chauffeur brings me to $3,000 high tea service at Baccarat. Choose rich.
This was his follow-up video to the previous one where he got community noted about the champagne. Community notes really came for his scalp, triple fisting him, debunking like 3 of the things he said here. But again, all of it, I'm pretty sure he does on purpose. So first they point out that they never...
This has got to be satire, rich person stuff, right? Like,
what he said about Baccarat is incorrect, and then they also mention that you can see the reflection of an Uber driver in his glasses. So he's not being chauffeured around or anything like that.
I didn't even see that. I just saw that from the stickers on the side of the car, which chauffeurs don't have.
To that community note, the community note haters are in disbelief. I own a fleet of Ubers, but the poors wouldn't understand that concept. Felipe is my personal driver. Choose rich. So he adopted the choose rich.
This has got to be satire, right?
Now, which is a pretty cool slogan up there with the Lucky Charms one. They're magically delicious. But I think this post makes it painfully obvious that this is all satirical. It's so over the top, so outrageous, it can be nothing other than on purpose. Like, this isn't some...
Maybe he believes it, though, right? Like, there's a lot of people who do a lot of really, really, really dumb shit, and they just believe it. Like, regardless of what community perception is, they just do it, and they believe it, and this is what they want to do, and they're so tunnel visioned into what they're doing, everybody else is wrong. They start to believe their own shit. It's insane. It's insanity, truthfully.
Someone that's genuinely trying to convince people of their wealth or anything like that. This isn't their real attitude. It's all just a character they're playing.
How do you know, though? Like, to the regular person, yeah, like, you would think this, but there's a lot of fucked up people, right? Like, how do you know they don't genuinely believe this?
And I think the motive is obviously rage baiting for engagement, because he's being as abrasive as possible. He's being a huge douchebag, and everyone feels compelled to make fun of someone like that. And he makes a little bit of money when they do. So I think that's his whole hustle here. But again, I can openly admit that I could be totally wrong. He could actually just be an insufferable, delusional asshole. I don't know. But one thing I know for certain is he doesn't own a fleet of Ubers, because that would be fucking nonsensical. And also, he does not have a driver named Felipe. Now, it's entirely possible that Nick has a friend named Felipe who...
I really think Charlie is wrong about this. I really think that there's insane people out there that start to believe their own lies, that get caught up in their own head, that really start to believe this stuff. I mean, this is evident even across the gaming sphere as to the amount of people that believe that you need a certain gender or type of person in a game to make the game successful, when regular people don't give a fuck. Like, this is evident that people believe their own stuff.
Comes over for sleepovers occasionally, and they both giggle and touch each other's G-spot whenever they see the word blockchain mentioned in headlines. That could be real. Felipe could actually exist in Nick's life, but he is not his driver. That much is certain.
Good morning, haters. Yo, so
Oh, good. This ultra rich person has shot something on a 2008 fucking BlackBerry. Good.
y'all trying to say that my chauffeur is an Uber driver? Y'all keep hating while I kick off my weak screen and
I don't even know what this is recorded on. This has to be so compressed. Because my phone's a couple years old now and it shoots substantially better than this. This is so confusing.
Scarface from my private movie
Why would you not even use your own cell phone to record this if it's better quality?
theater in my New York City pied-à-terre. Remember, choose rich.
Nick's face makes him look like he's constantly on the verge of sneezing. It looks like he's just perpetually stuck looking at the sun, like scrunching his whole face in agony. But anyway, I figured I'd at least share his response to the Uber driver allegations, and for some reason, this video in particular, I can't get to load beyond this quality, so it looks like absolute dog shit. It looks like a YouTube video out of 2008. It's highly pixelated. There's nothing I can do to change that, so I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to
Okay, so it's not the video, it's his recording issue.
please give you
Okay.
the complete Nick rundown here with that video response. Again, I'm almost 100% certain this is all just engagement farming, and
I don't know, man. Like, it's really hard to know. All of these people before the internet, you would he's fucking crazy. Who like these are the type of people that you'd send in straitjackets to fucking hospitals because they just say outrageous, outlandish shit. And it was so easy to tell when people were faking shit because everybody knew everybody, right? Like, random person says they have millions and millions and millions of dollars and they have nothing to show for it. Like, obviously some people are frugal, but man's got no businesses, man. Ah, man, it's so weird. It's so bizarre.
yeah, that's really about it. So yeah.
I actually disagree. I really think that he started to believe his own lies. And yeah, you actually can tell. That's so bizarre, man. That's so bizarre. And I actually disagree. I think he's doing this. Maybe it was kind of a joke at the start, but he's so far into it now, he just believes his own diarrhea coming out of his mouth.
Keep questioning my life while you cry into your TV dinner, and my
There's nothing wrong with TV dinners.
chauffeur brings me to $3,000 high tea service at back.
I don't know, man.
Choose rich.
This was his follow-up video.
That's just weird. That's just weird. I think actually, like, they 100% believe the own garbage that's coming out of their mouth. Again, with the examples that I said too, is people will believe anything as long as they tell themselves, right? It's insane. Also, the other thing too is that if you really wanted to make a lot of money off of this, you would have started when Andrew Tate was popular, 100%.
Community note: haters are in disbelief I own a fleet of Ubers, but the poors wouldn't understand that.
I don't know.